What's going on?
I even remember it was raining and that first fan fest, fans were waiting in the rain.
Right,
It's
unmute me. Now you can hear me.
And be part of the event.
It's a very
Hey.
it's a very muted Nick because it's 3 a.m. at the moment.
Yeah, so you're going, Nick. My mic is on now. Hello, everyone. Aaron went live out of nowhere, so here we are. Hi. John might be on if he gets a chance. His kids are little hellions, rapscallions, so it's us two. Welcome. I hope you're well. Let me know how the sound is. Really hard to test this shit.
And we will be back with you in the future. But we still want to take a moment to celebrate the Xbox gaming community.
God, he's got the fridge shirt on. I want that fridge. I thought I had the money for it, but this is like a little pre-thing,
I'd take it.
so
I'd take it.
yeah.
The power of social connection.
I've got a spot like right here. It'd be perfect under my desk.
This
But
year, I'll miss hosting that
the wife only
lunch we
lets
did
me
with
spend so
fans
much dumb
every
stuff.
year at Gamescom, or the impromptu meets and greets we would do.
Yeah, they still got a timer going, but we figured we'd jump live since Aaron started talking.
All the questions that our fans
Yeah. You know, we should try and get Aaron on the podcast, I reckon.
That'd be nice.
I reckon we should try and get him on.
We need
What do
more
you think,
Xbox
chat?
fans.
Should we get him on?
Especially during difficult times, that really warms my heart. I love the family feeling that our gaming community fosters. And given the state of the world today,
Stream volume. Yeah, I'll put it up a little.
Gaming is now the
There
primary way
you
that
go.
many of us
That
stay
better on the
What,
stream
don't you
volume?
want to hear our voices, Beast Mode?
social
Don't you want to
way
hear
connect with our friends, no matter
my
where we
muted
are.
voice?
And that's
Yeah,
why
Talking
we
super
won't
low
talk
so I
over
don't
good
wake up my
stuff.
family?
Especially our German
I'm gonna lower Aaron a little.
and celebrate
We
the
still need to be a
connections
little
we
above the
form
stream.
with them through Xbox.
Dying Light 2 on Game
Because
Pass.
whether you're there in person
That'd
or
be
not,
nice.
Maybe.
we're still connected through our memories and our passion for games. On behalf of
Yeah, I know,
everyone
pre-drag.
at
I
Team
wasn't
Xbox,
I wasn't
to
expecting to go
all
live right now, so I've got to
Gamescom
update
gaming
this
community and
source
fans,
real
thank
quick
you for the memories.
for the overlay because it does say
Thank
went
you
opening
for
night live.
joining us here at 2021
Do-do-do-do.
Xbox Gamescom
I can fix this in 2 seconds, so.
Die Gamescom bedeutet mir unglaublich viel. Sie ist
People can
mehr
see my
als ein
thing.
Sommerurlaub,
No.
mehr als nur ein Ausflug. Es ist der Ort, an dem
Nope.
alle Gamer zusammenkommen,
I gotta delete the
ihre
source and redo it.
Passion auszuleben.
Bear with me, folks.
Oh.
An der Gamescom, dass ich dort die Möglichkeit habe, mich mit anderen Community-Members zu treffen, die ich vielleicht nur von den sozialen Netzwerken
I
kenne,
think I'll have subtitles.
aber natürlich auch Freundschaften zu pflegen, die sich über die Jahre aufgebaut haben.
We're just talking in the void right now.
Wenig Gelegenheit, sich auf einer persönlichen Basis zu treffen.
Ah, okay.
Ich freue mich immer,
Should immediately just
neue
pop right
Spiele
over us.
vorgestellt werden
Bam.
und dass man natürlich
Oh, it still says
neue
opening night
Produkte
live.
zu sehen bekommt
You piece of garbage.
und die vielen Merchandising-Stände
Merchandise
komplettieren dann das
Stände.
ganze Gesamtbild.
Even when people are being happy in German, they can still sound
Ganz
angry.
einfach, weil bei meiner ersten Gamescom 2014 habe ich so meine eigene Community so ein bisschen gefunden. Genau, weil ich immer
Let me
rausgefunden habe,
fix
dass
this
es
mother
genügend
jumping
Leute gibt, die genauso verrückt
overlay.
sind wie ich und auch in ihrer Freizeit Kostüme bauen, ausspielen und ausfilmen und allem möglichen.
Hello.
Ja, und da habe ich einfach,
What's the overlay you're
meine
worried
besten
about?
Freunde tatsächlich kennengelernt.
Yeah, overlay's not a
die ich
huge
immer
deal,
noch
but
sehr
still, it's nice to have the right thing.
There we go.
Hallo, mein
Looks
Name
fixed
ist
now.
Paulina. Ich cosplaye eine Odyssey aus Halo und ich
No,
liebe
that's the wrong
Gamescom,
thing.
weil ich sehr viel Zeit mit meinen Freunden da verbringen kann.
Like I said, it was fixed.
Now
I
we're
had to
offline.
close what I was on.
Sehr viel Zeit
Yeah, I gotta add it back in
und
again.
mit den Menschen zu interagieren, die die gleichen Gaming-Interessen haben wie ich. Meine
That's
liebsten Momente
development
auf der
or
Gamescom
fixing things. You break it,
2018, als wir
fix
mit
it, and then
unserer
break it again.
Gruppe auf dem
Right now
Podium
it seems
standen
fine.
Und einfach zusammen die Fans anschauen konnten.
Oh,
Why is
now
it
it's
so
one night
showing?
live.
What the hell? That's not what I've saved. That's annoying.
Und was ich an der Gamescom
Ja.
so toll finde,
I didn't actually have an overlay on.
dass sie wirklich zentral in Deutschland, in Köln liegt und dass sie alles verbindet, was Gaming ausmacht.
Bust.
Videospiele, Cosplay,
Oh, because I was
Streaming.
putting up the saved one.
das
Okay.
direkte
Now I
Aufeinandertreffen
got
der
it.
Entwickler mit den Fans, die auch Rede und Antwort stehen.
Bam.
All das macht diese Gamescom
Bam.
wirklich
Fixed.
einzigartig.
Die schönsten
Ah,
Erinnerungen
there we
an
go.
die Gamescom sind auf jeden Fall
There we
die
go.
Xbox-Events.
Professional.
Das Xbox Fanfest oder das Xbox Open Doors Event, wo ich wahnsinnig viel Spaß hatte, wahnsinnig coole Leute kennengelernt habe. Und ich hoffe, dass ich das in den nächsten Jahren mal wieder erleben
Yeah.
kann, weil es fehlt mir wirklich sehr und ich habe da voll Bock drauf.
If we go to 3 stream, I'll have to fix that too. John seems a little put out at the moment, so it'll probably just be us two. Familia. It's like Italian.
Die Gamescom bedeutet für mich auf jeden Fall so eine Art Familientreffen. Es sind einfach so viele gleichgesinnte Leute da, die alle Bock auf neue Games haben, generell ja, dem Gaming unterliegen sind quasi. Und dass man die ganzen Leute trifft, die Spiele betesten kann, die Community, die man eventuell so kennt, ein Riesentreffen von Gleichgesinnten, die alle Bock auf das Gleiche haben. Das ist für mich Gamescom.
Hey, ich bin Roberta. Die Gamescom ist persönlich für mich ein Event, auf das ich mich jedes Jahr freue. Ich war 2012 das erste Mal da und was soll ich sagen? Ich bin seitdem ein Dauergast geworden. Ich nehme jedes Jahr Urlaub, weil es einfach megamäßig ist.
God, already. I'm seeing people in the Twitch chat. Elden Ring. Elden Ring.
Neue Leute, die du da kennenlernst.
Yeah, tomorrow Elden Ring, not today.
Hey, troopers.
They've made it clear that they want to, that they're
and I'm here to tell you
not looking to piss off Sony right now.
But if you're into the newest tech, like the brand new Xbox, or the upcoming video game releases like the new Halo, or if you're out, just
here's the start.
Play like me.
1 p.m. Brit. 3 a.m. here, Brit. 3 a.m.
So go check it out.
Yep, no yelling from Nick. I'll have to bring the energy.
Die Gamescom bedeutet für mich persönlich extrem viel. Es ist nicht nur ein Urlaub, es ist jedes Mal ein Riesenabenteuer.
Yeah, I'm doing all the gaming streams on Twitch now. Don't have to worry about dislikes anymore. Just spam bots.
Ich habe so viele lustige und tolle Dinge erlebt und möchte keine Sekunde davon missen.
Was war die
How old's that cat?
An die Gamescom, als ich mit meinem Rollstuhlfahrer-Onkel, der ist jetzt schon...
How old's that cat?
Den habe ich mitgenommen und der war ganz begeistert von dem Xbox-Stand.
Ah, only a baby. Okay.
Yep. He's gonna be pretty small though.
Waren breit genug für einen Rollstuhl. Das Team vor Ort war klasse. Die haben
the hate raids. I probably set it to. Oh, it's Cortana. Probably set it to only people I follow can play.
52.
Gamescom ist für mich das Event im Jahr, wo ich die meisten meiner vor allem Halo-Cosplayer-Freunde wieder treffen kann. Wir sind mittlerweile eine doch große
He's got that commitment, Britt.
Ich freue mich jedes Mal darauf, sie wiederzusehen.
Oh, here we go. All right. I wonder what they start with. Oh, they start with Flight Sim.
Flight Sim. Well, it is Germany.
The Germany update.
It is Germany after all.
Yep. We're updating the place that this would have been hosted.
And doesn't Europe love their sim games anyway?
Mm-hmm. Okay, it was just a little quick thing. I do wonder if they'll show the Top Gun one. I wonder when that's coming.
Hello, everyone, and
there's
welcome
Paris.
to our Gamescom 2021 Xbox stream.
We've got so
Should I DM him while he's live?
We're talking Age of Empires 4, Psychonauts
And say,
2, my
Paris, you're meant to be on the show.
Later on, we'll
What's
take
up, man?
an extended look at Forza Horizon 5. There's so much going into this, and Playground Games' vision of Mexico is muy bonito.
And we'll be getting our first look at the cover car for the game, Paris. I got $5 on it being one of those.
So they are doing Forza stuff. It wasn't in the
Yeah, I've got a funny feeling they're doing a lot of stuff that they said they're not gonna do.
Yeah. Well, it wasn't in like the awards listings.
Let's get started.
Which is odd.
Maybe it was just because it's only the cover car and it's not the full game. Paris.
Okay, Dying Light.
Yeah. Well, they put out the press release, so.
Hello, I am Timon Smektawa, Dying Light 2 lead game designer, and this is David Lubryka, animation
director. Those little sound effects
we
on their
can't
UI.
wait until December 7th to finally give you Dying Light 2 Stay Human, the game we have been working on really hard for the last few years.
We're hoping the gameplay video you're about to watch will give you a foretaste of parkour and combat systems waiting for you in the game.
And we are just about to enter
It's
the
Sikamikanico
city,
in the chat.
fighting our way through its brutal and dangerous streets. Though, as you will see in a moment, there are plenty of things you can use to your advantage. So watch closely, look for special combat and parkour moves, and check out how with just a bit of creativity you can combine the two.
Yeah, you make that
Ready?
little
Let's go.
Make that little stage piece.
Let's go.
I wonder what this city looked like before all this. Probably like many others.
Turn this up a bit for people.
People had their ambitions, plans, lives. Now it's all gone. The virus started it, but it was the people.
That sounds like Troy Baker.
I just assume it is. I would be surprised if it wasn't.
They tell me they had a vision.
Is Troy Baker just... Oh my god, there's other voice actors out there.
It'll be Troy Baker, and if there's a female character, there'll be Laura Bailey.
Laura Bailey?
Ashley Birch. I'll probably find a role for Nolan North. Like a Jennifer Hale.
Together, people stood against each other. War broke out.
These are the ones you need to go back and watch in 4K.
Met a broken leg. Hope died.
I love Dying Light 1. Absolutely loved it.
Never played it.
Phenomenal game. Actually made melee and parkour in first person feel pretty good.
But I can't let that happen.
Yeah, the grappling.
Mirror's Edge zombies.
At least, not yet.
Yeah, mix of zombies and people.
I need the secrets the city holds.
Oh, that's just like Mirror's Edge. That's exactly like Mirror's Edge.
I have no hope for like the voice acting and stuff, but
I have to pick a side.
The movement's fantastic.
You're doing great so far.
You're pretty superhuman in your ability to traverse the environment.
I'm seeing all the movements and all the different stuff, and it's just I'm seeing Mirror's Edge.
With a little mix of like Titanfall. Oh. It was rated 18+. Oh, they didn't show up.
They say that great change is a series of small gestures.
Well, in the first game, they had all those poles in those places on purpose. They set them up that way. You start out unbelievably weak in 1, and then got really powerful in 2. I'm hoping you're not as weak to start in 2. It was a few hour ramp up to not feel like a total bitch.
Is all hope really gone? We'll see about that.
Well, that was an exciting trip, wasn't it, Timon? Did you notice those bandits in medieval-like armor passing by skyscrapers, banks, and large billboards?
This banter.
That's what we call a modern Dark Ages.
And it's a very unique design.
It's
one very important for the plot of Dying Light 2. But there's another thing that stood out to me. All those parkour moves that you and your team has put so much effort into.
Well, all you need is a few thousand of animations, cooperation with professional tracers, mock-up sessions, and invaluable help from David Bell, whose face and moves player will see in the game, by the way.
No, yes,
David
right.
Bell?
And we've got twice the number of parkour
I
moves
don't know who that
compared
is.
to the first game, and we are showing some of them in this trailer. The vault kicks being the most important to me personally. It brings a whole new fighting style into the game. The player can stagger an enemy and use them to perform further attacks, for example by rebounding from their bodies, jumping off them.
I wish I had a coffee right
and
now.
So on. I think we captured the movement really well and made it quite simple for the players to perform. I can't wait for them to try it out and tell for themselves how much they loved it.
It's definitely going to be useful. The city's buildings are higher than anything we have done before, improving its verticality. Players will need to find a way to reach those tall skyscrapers and other challenging spots too.
Jason,
And it's good we
lockdown.
scattered some helpers around, like a paraglider, which can support
We even have a
players in both
curfew,
parkouring
9
and
PM to 5 AM.
Exactly, and it's gonna do great, especially in fights against humans, which are more frequent and important
I
than
wonder if they'll
in Dying
have-
Light 1. It's
You can
been
get
over
unbelievably
20
powerful
years
guns
since
in the
the
first one,
events from
but
the
they
first game, so
kept it
people
pretty
adjusted. They are
Mm.
much bolder now, at least during the day.
And they are more vicious too.
The
And I
crossbow
think
was
that's
great
a great
because you could
summary
just
of
pick your
this
bolts back
discussion.
up.
Pre-order Dying Light 2 and explore its vast, complex world on December 7th. Thanks, David.
Thank you.
So no Game Pass.
Yeah. Can't be everything. As nice as it would be. Also, was it still 3 months out?
For the first time in the storied history of the franchise, Microsoft Flight Simulator launched on a home console with the release on Xbox
Yeah.
Series X.
Those types of
and S
games might
last
be
month.
a few
Reviewers
weeks or
and
a month
gamers
before
alike
launch.
were blown away
Game Pass
by
and
how
Xbox.
well the stunning visuals and the depth of the simulation translated to the console, and that's why
couldn't pull it off,
I'm
but I like it.
extremely honored to welcome the head of Microsoft Flight Simulator, York Newman, to the stream. York, thank you for being here. The last time we met was at the Xbox Game Showcase, and it was getting ready to come out on consoles. How did that go?
It went great. As you said, the reaction to the Xbox console launch was really just amazing. Both from Xbox gamers and from the press, they've been so gracious with their feedback.
Yes,
I don't know if you know, but Flight Simulator is one of the highest rated games on Xbox this year, which I think is just great validation that the translation of the simulation to the console has been...
Like nothing hits 90.
It is the highest. It is the highest, isn't it?
Yeah, I don't think anything else has hit 90 for the most
absolutely
part.
Shattering franchise records, and I can tell you, there have never been more people playing Flight Simulator than right now. So it's an awesome time.
It's a very specific genre.
Awesome.
That hit 90.
Congratulations on the launch, really. But
you got a prop.
All right.
I want to go to the danger zone. So what's going on with Top Gun?
There's so much going on, Paris. So you and I talked about Top Gun Maverick earlier. The fans are super excited. They saw the FA-18. They can't wait to start flying. And as you know, it comes out later this year as free DLC
lower than it was on
alongside the movie. But as the movie is still under wraps, so are we. So I can still not tell you that much about it. But there's so much else going on even before Maverick. So we are continuing to do our monthly big releases that we've been doing for a long time. And next month, on September 7th, we are launching World Update 6. And this world update, I mean, at the beginning of the show, if you remember, there was a little red plane.
I wish they'd acquire Asobo.
World Update 6
That'd be nice.
updates that region,
One
the
hell
region
of
of
a studio.
Gamescom. So Germany, Austria,
At least they've got them doing this,
and what
and
that
they've
means
got
to us is
Plague
we
Tale
have
2
new
on Game Pass
aerial
Day
and
1.
satellite images. We have a new elevation map that helps us with the mountains, so the Alps actually look awesome now. We have new 3D cities like Frankfurt and Wuppertal in Germany. We have Basel in Switzerland. We have Vienna and Graz in Austria. And those cities look
pretty much
just
the moment
amazing.
I showed my brother how the drone mode works, so you can just go wherever you want, and I have to worry about actually flying.
Awesome. But we want to celebrate the entire region, so we picked 100 of the most scenic places, the most famous landmarks, and we call those POIs, and we sort of spread them throughout the simulation, and we also added airports. We did Lübeck and Stuttgart in Germany, and Klagenfurt in Austria, and St. Gallen in Switzerland.
Yeah, Britt, like a first right of refusal on an acquisition with Asobo, you'd hope be in place.
Discovery flights, we have new landing challenges, and we have new sort of tours of the country. So they fly you around all the awesome-looking places.
Bruno is
really
furiously taking notes for his Flight Sim articles.
And this is a celebration of DACH, of Germany, Austria, and Switzerland. I'm so happy to be able to announce the date here at Gamescom.
You know, that is really incredible, all the different regions and everything that you're going to have in the game, and the way that you're going to be able to actually highlight those.
Yeah, I think it's really cool, but you know, for us, it's actually not just the region and the visuals. We talked a lot when you study aviation, when you love aviation like we do.
I just like seeing things. I suck at flying.
Earth have a very special relationship.
Yeah, I'd almost use it as a Xbox Google Earth program or something.
Feat of aviation, or like a local manufacturer.
I use that as a wallpaper.
Why do we not
put it on my wife's Xbox and just
so we are announcing a new series.
Watch it.
We call them local.
In the background.
Think about that as planes that are locally well known, like in that region, but outside in the world not so much. But why not use the World Updates to highlight this, to bring these awesome machines to a worldwide audience? So for World Update 6, we picked a German plane from the 1930s. It's called Junkers U-52. In Germany, it's lovingly named Tante U, so Aunt U. And we think of us as sort of a digital preservation. So we really want to get these planes to an extreme level of detail. We're going out of our way to really go deep. So we're doing a full scan. We take full scans of the outside and the inside, as detailed as 1 millimeter, which is as good as
the cockpits work. They're all like friggin' browser-based.
And then we're working for the Junkers, we work with Bernd Junkers, who is the grandson of the original creator of the plane, Hugo Junkers. And he's helping us. He had a ton of insight and materials. Then we worked with an organization that is preserving one of the last surviving examples of the Junkers. So they let us scan and take photographs, and then we were lucky that to find a pilot that actually flew one of those planes while it was still flying in the real world, and he lets us know, like, is the cockpit right and the sounds right, does it feel right in the air? So we're having a blast working with these experts to really bring them, to celebrate this plane, to bring them back.
We're having a blast.
I believe him. When you're this big of a lover of something, and then you get Microsoft's money to just go crazy with it,
it's a museum.
Dream come true.
So we're working with 40
I don't know.
the world.
It's pretty lucky that Psychonauts 2 got out before Microsoft purchased them, right?
In the real world, sort of
Lucky.
on their remaining
Yeah, they didn't do anything to help that one.
Yeah, it was mostly done.
Same game too.
Yeah, it was mostly done before Microsoft bought them. Lucky.
And we're actually giving those scans back to the museum so they can do something with it. And it's a great collaboration. And we're actually not just looking back in the history of aviation, we're also looking towards the future. So I have another announcement. We are working with a fascinating German company called Volocopter.
Yeah.
And they're making a
helicopter?
An eVTOL air taxi for urban traffic. So they have a vision of the future, how these drone-type machines basically connect people in large
would be
cities.
Fun to fly.
We're working directly with the engineering
cool.
team to make sure that we are capturing their plane, their aircraft perfectly in the flight
VTOLs
simulator.
were something people were hoping for because you can just take right off.
I mean, you weren't kidding when you're saying that there's a lot going on inside of Microsoft Flight Simulator. Is there anything else you want to share?
Awesome.
Yeah, there's one more thing. Yeah. We are. I'm so happy to announce that we've partnered with
one more thing.
That's the Reno Air Racing Association, and they every year they put on something called the Steel National Championship Air Race.
I'm gonna try this. Hey Jason, since I know you're watching, there was a leak on Reddit that's been confirmed by Psyonix that Rocket League's moving to Unreal Engine 5.
Speed.
Can't wait.
We go into the danger zone, baby. Let's go ahead and show that.
Turn the volume up. No grass in Rocket League and Unreal Engine 5, though. Only rocks.
Only rocks. No, that was it.
That's a teaser. I mean, they're going to be...
You know I like going fast, and you know I love being in the danger zone. When is this coming out?
Man, these planes, they fly 500 miles, faster than 500 miles an hour, 50 to 250 feet above the ground. So you are definitely going to be in the danger zone. I mean, without going into too much detail, this Reno Air Race is actually the largest expansion we have since we launched on Flight Simulator. It's not just because we scanned all the famous race planes of the world. There's lots of them. This is also the first time when you can basically race against your friends and pilots across the
wow,
planet.
that's cool.
Yeah.
And
I mean, the moment it said race, I imagine it
competitive
had to be
multiplayer
something
is coming
more,
to Microsoft Flight Simulator. And that will definitely test your pilot skills. And you ask, when is it coming out?
Get my ass kicked by people with a yoke.
This fall, so it's right around the corner.
Oh, that is fantastic. And you know I have the need for speed, so I can't wait to get my hands on this and participate in some of these air races.
Awesome, man. We got you covered.
All right, thank you.
I think I've got a funny feeling that
on the ground is more your speed.
The reason they said PC console is because Xbox is the overall ecosystem, PC and console are the devices. I'm guessing.
And it's still not
if you're
cloud
an
yet.
Xbox Game Pass subscriber, we have some great news for you.
Well, pretty much everyone in this chat probably is.
Oh, wow.
Awesome.
Humble. Interesting.
Did you already be covering most of these? The hell?
It's very interesting.
I always love me a good game.
Hey, that looks cool.
Oh, that looks pretty cool.
This game looks cool as.
Holy shit.
Yeah,
This
that
game's
game looks
good.
great.
Yeah, Bruno really loved this one.
Oh, Dodgeball.
Yeah, they're highlighting it. MDHX.
Yeah.
Bushiden. That looks pretty cool.
Yeah, looks like an old Mega Drive game.
Flynn, son of Crimson.
That looks cool too.
Uh-oh.
Unpacking.
All the OCD people out there who need to pack things. Oh, Jesus. Holy shit.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, that's interesting. That's going to depend on how it plays, but that looks cool. These montages are really good. A point-and-click adventure? Oh no, side-scroller too. Damn. I mean, Sifu clone. I mean,
kind of.
Both been in development for a very long time.
Midnight Fight Express. I'm going to keep my eye on that one.
That looks really cool. Damn.
Yep, somehow they did it. They added even more games to Game Pass. But let's talk about what's coming up. We're talking Age of Empires 4, the game's creative director.
Where's Sweaker?
And we're going to see what's next for Sea of Thieves. But now, we've got a new roguelike retro shooter that, in grand retro fashion, sends you plundering through shifting dungeons to defeat a mysterious eldritch terror. Let's dive into the pit.
I have not heard of this one.
Neither have I.
Whoa. It's got that Proteus, like, trying to look old filter on it. If you haven't played Proteus, once that comes out on console, play Proteus. Oh, shit.
Interesting.
I'm in. This is giving me Proteus vibes, but a bit more. It's a roguelite instead of just being a straight campaign. Yeah, there you go. All right, I'm in. They're getting a lot of humble games.
October 19.
Yeah. Yeah, friggin' old style Quake. Hexen roguelike.
Well, I am here with creative director of World Edge.
I'll take a nap.
And Adam, I'm so excited to talk H4.
They don't even say Xbox Game Pass. That was all just saying Game Pass.
So, you know, so far we've been
They don't want you to think you have to have an Xbox.
looks like from in the game, you know, when you're playing it. You've gotten some footage of that, and we've also shown a little bit of
friend of the site.
Right through when we unveiled the 100 Years War and showed Joan of Arc.
Well, we had him on the podcast a couple of months ago or so to talk about Age 4.
That we haven't talked about yet.
And yell at him. Oh, never mind.
You put me in suspense. I want to know more, so let's go with it. Let's hear more.
Okay, wait. You get one moment of suspense. Okay, that's enough. So, what we brought today is we have these wonderful little videos that we've created that are interspersed amongst the campaign, and they're about 3 to 5 minutes each. And we have over an hour of them total, and they're called Hands-on History.
If you haven't watched that episode, watch that episode with Adam on. It was good.
Dive on certain
He's a real good guest.
subjects from the cultures we're representing and just from medieval history.
Excellent. Well, I hear you.
His daughter came and interrupted, and then the dog came in.
We are going to
Nick is unbelievably insistent on getting people to be on the podcast.
Popular units from Age of Empires franchise and a fan favorite, the Trebuchet.
There's a secret of XboxEra having this reach while still being a young small site.
Take a look.
I'm pretty good at stalking people.
And we don't do clickbait and shit, and they seem to like that.
Was the king of all siege engines. A catapult.
If you haven't played Chivalry 2, the trebuchets in that are really funny.
From great distances.
Pretty much just send like entire groups of people 20 feet in the air.
At Warwick Castle in England, they've built a replica, one of the largest in the world.
You're gonna need it when the people revolt.
Originating in 7th century China, by the 13th century, trebuchets had evolved into devastatingly powerful weapons.
Such a simple design, but so effective.
It has several key features. A pivoted arm with
For those wondering, we did ask Adam about Age of Empires on Xbox, on console, and he gave a pretty good answer about it.
So this is one of the wheels, one of two that's attached to an axle, which would lift the counterweight, weighing 6 tons. It's based on muscle power alone. What's essential about launching a projectile as far as possible is making sure that this end of the arm is moving as fast as possible. So once that weight drops, it really
You really
sends
want to
this
know how to
point of
kill
the
people
arm
old school
moving
style.
at its highest velocity.
This was done by positioning the pivot close to the counterweight
Pivot.
and by launching the projectile from a sling. When released, the sling whips round, vastly increasing the launch speed. Trebuchets were carefully aimed, like modern guns.
In order to weaken the castle walls or even breach them, you had to make sure that the projectiles hit the same spot every single time.
We didn't switch over to Discovery, did
For
we?
each projectile to follow the same
Or Nat
trajectory,
Geo?
they all had to be the same
He's joking
shape.
about this.
Yeah, I know.
To achieve this,
I know.
Masons used a gauge.
I mean, well, it's not really Discovery because it's
Now I'm going to load
historically accurate.
this projectile into the sling. Oh, this one must weigh about 25 kilograms, but some projectiles can get up to 150 kilograms. That's the weight of
Still
two
better than the
Reds.
History Channel, but you know.
Trebuchets were also used to throw burning tar, beehives.
It's gone into
even
National
dead
Geographic mode
bodies.
because it's a German
Anything
show
to cause maximum
for like
distress
a
to the enemy.
European audience, and this is a
I know.
European game.
They just love their... I don't know, they love their sim stuff, and they love their detail, and they love
Power and accuracy.
all that
What
sort
do you
of
think
stuff.
the biggest review from
Made it
yesterday
the
was?
ultimate medieval siege weapon.
Lawnmower Sim?
Our biggest reviews, we put up 2 reviews, Psychonauts 2 and King's Bounties 2. And King's Bounty 2 has more views. All year.
You're not going to say trebuchet. Don't care, because that is
Crazy.
awesome and remarkably unique, something you don't see in games very often.
Yeah, so, you know, one of the things when we were looking at what we were going to do with Age of Empires 4, there's a phrase I'm really
People have
fond
been
of,
playing
which
this
is history is only as interesting as the people who taught it to you. And you could say that
can't
about
talk
any
about it.
subject, really, right? But I think the great thing is when you have someone that's so enthusiastic and passionate about history, it really comes across. And we wanted to be that kind
My
of
wife
teacher
is
for
enthusiastic
history.
and passionate about
And,
history, and it comes across.
There's a phrase called humanized history that I use to kind of describe what we tried to do, which is we tried to like connect past and present. And you can see that kind of in our briefings as well, where we've got like
Video
real
seems
stuff
paused
with,
for
like,
you?
CG kind of
Oh, yeah.
overlaid to show you the history.
I think my,
and so for these, we really wanted to do that same thing. So we
some reason my video's not going through
ourselves
right
and
now.
Relic partnered with this amazing group in the UK called Lion.
Still working
and
fine
they
for
put in
others.
Production on an
Yep.
amazing amount of shows. And
Try
documentaries for
refreshing
BBC and
if
won
you're not
every
getting
award you
video.
can imagine for media. And they travel to all of these locations in all these different countries to meet with these subject matter experts and get all of this great footage.
Yeah, if you refresh,
on
it's
how
up.
things really worked and how things were made. And it's been delightful to kind of go through that process and
There's a YouTube thing.
get all these and finally start showing them to everyone.
I love it. Now, you also, of course, you've got a bunch, as you mentioned, of these hands-on history segments.
Good to see
Anything else you
Anorexic
can
in the
tell our
chat.
fans about
Always.
what we can expect, looking forward to. Any favorites you got coming up?
Oh, well, favorites. Oh, man. Well, I think my personal favorite is one called Medieval Surgery.
Okay.
And I'm going to let your imagination go with what we might show and what we might talk about in that one.
Yeah.
But the thing I love about them is that they go all over the place. So, you know, we've got ones on warfare and castle building and, like, how they kept flaming
Of all the
arrows
games that
from
hit
not
this year,
going
this will
out when
probably be
she shot
the one
them.
my
And,
wife watches the
so-
most. Just those videos, though.
Oh, we lost them.
Yeah, they're gone. Oh, no.
We lost them.
Yeah, well, let me close this chat because Twitch sucks. Boop.
Do you reckon that's happened on YouTube as well?
I don't know.
I wonder.
Double check. Yeah, because that's not me. That is definitely seemingly for everyone.
So Twitch is out. Wow.
Yeah. All right, swapping over to the YouTubes. And, I'm going on
Yeah.
the Xbox page.
Hawk
It's
falconing
only
and, you know, like horse
Twitch.
taming, armor
There we go.
creation.
Oh, it's not like we missed much.
And even
But
there's
still.
even one on Mongolian instrumentation.
Wow.
Which is really cool because
Xbox
those
YouTube
instruments, we
page.
actually use them in the soundtrack
Which
for
is
the Mongols when you're playing as
fuzzy
them
as
in the
shit.
campaign, in
Come
the
on,
game.
YouTube.
in the game. I mean,
I can't believe
I
Twitch
just love the behemoth amount
went out
of
like
history
that.
that you guys. Age of Empires always known for bringing history alive in a completely different way, and I also love to mention this to people that you and the team do so much research, and it's so great.
Twitch. The Twitch channel is
being
out.
In a hands-on history kind of segment, but I mean,
Maybe
what was that approach
broke.
like to sort of, you know, sell going forward?
Wow,
Especially
I can't
since
believe
it's
that.
such a unique game experience.
Well, the cool thing was
I
it
do
was
miss
there
Mixer
from day
too.
one. It was one of the things I was really wanted to do is try to tell these stories in a different way. And
not the best run, but it was really good video quality.
It's been insanely nerve-wracking because we're trying something completely
this is
different
super
that no one's
fuzzy
ever done before
compared to
in
Twitch.
a game, right? We're we're history, but we're a game. We're teaching
If it comes
things,
back
but
up, let me know, and I'll swap back over to Twitch because it
finding
just
that
looks
middle ground
better.
has been really challenging, and you know, every time we've tried to show, we've shown the campaigns or we've shown these hands-on histories, I've been like, oh god, is it gonna work? Like, people gonna like this? And the great thing is, so far, it's really experienced the entire thing.
And the mix pots.
I've just been like, wow,
mix pots we used to get. God, I got so many games from mix pots.
So, so far, so
Rare
good,
Replay,
right?
Outer Wilds.
Yeah, it's been a journey, you know, to get all this done and put the whole game together.
Well, I love that you mentioned Journey because
so there they called it Xbox Game Pass.
This development journey for Age 4.
Maybe it's
Talk
Game
to me about
Pass
where
if
people
it's
can find and learn more about Age of
PC
Empires
and cloud
4. I know they're all
and it's
chomping at the
Xbox
bit.
Game Pass.
Oh well, you know, October 28th.
Who knows? It's Microsoft.
We are launching the game. You can go to ageofempires.com to learn more about the title, and if you're really excited,
everyone uses
right
YouTube
now
Premiere,
you can go onto the Microsoft Store
which looks
or
like
Steam, pre-order the game right now.
4K.
And of course, we will be there day one, Xbox Game Pass for PC as well, so anyone that's on that can just grab the game and start playing.
We should have a review, I believe.
Yes, I believe you are a part of something very special.
Yes, so Gamescom opening night live.
Yes.
11 a.m. Pacific time. There might be something Age of Empires related in there, so if you're a fan, you probably
Don't worry, guys. We'll get to see more tomorrow.
A bit of a tease from Mr. Ice Green.
Maybe.
And I like it very much. Adam, thank you so
Yeah,
much
they
for
really
joining
do
us
have a
here.
second end of the year, John.
Always a pleasure. Age of Empires 4 looks fantastic, so I cannot wait. October 28th, neither should you. Now, we have tons coming up here today, including a new update for State of Decay 2 and an extended look at Forza
they're never
Horizon
gonna stop
5
updating
with
that
our
game.
friends at Playground Games. But now, let's catch up with Paris, who's gone from flying the skies in Microsoft
Seedox will be watching
to a
this.
different kind of cloud.
That's right, Kate. Xbox Cloud Gaming is already available on Windows PCs, mobile phones, and
You say it's
tablets.
back on Twitch?
And now, it's coming to Xbox consoles.
Is it back on
Cloud
Twitch?
gaming sounds bright. No waiting to install, no running out of hard drive space, no waiting to patch, and no buying a new console.
It
just to
looks
play
like it might be.
See
Yes,
how the
it
vision
is.
of cloud gaming will bring people together without barriers.
Okay, and I swap.
So when I think about cloud and when I think about gaming, those two things together to me really show you the future where you can pick up something and you can play it anywhere and you could do it quickly.
And this tab's gonna pause, and then I'll go back to the Twitch because God, Twitch just looks so much better.
The game that you look for on your console and just jumping right in.
We're targeting 1080p at 60 frames per second.
What's crazy about this is like the latency. This is the kind of stuff you need with cloud gaming.
This is the app that could have helped us ditch Xbox One with Halo
To get
Infinite.
into cloud gaming feels like you're playing on console, right?
Yeah, man.
You go, you
Yeah,
find
we
the
can
game
do
you
it.
want, you press play.
It's so easy nowadays. You can pick up any device and
They'll
pretty much
ditch
play any Xbox game
One,
on Game
a
Pass.
few, an expansion into Infinite, I'm sure.
If my friends have titles that I don't have yet, I can just wait for them to send me an invite. And
It's
that
Zach.
makes
He's an
content
Xbox
just so
gamer.
much more accessible.
I really love the flexibility. It's awesome.
Everything that Xbox is doing right now is just getting rid of the limits of having to be on a specific
Everyone's saying
platform
December
or
in
a
chat for
specific
Halo. I
console,
say
play on
September.
PC and
I don't-
mobile,
I know
and
I'm wrong. I don't
now
care. I'm just looking
on
to say.
Gen 8.
Yeah, it's sounding like it might be December.
Content, isn't that so cool?
With cloud gaming, we have the ability, because you are connecting to consoles that are in our data centers,
Multiplayer being free to play
allow
and the main
the
game
Gen
being on
8
Game Pass.
customers,
It
the
doesn't
Xbox
have
One
to hit Black
customers,
Friday.
to play games that their hardware wouldn't have been
If they
able
get the
to
data
play
out there, people are
without
going to
it.
want the
There's
system.
so much
anyways.
opportunity
They're just gonna
when
sell
it comes to
everything.
thinking about how we can make content more readily available and let people play where they want to. Sign me
Let's
up.
try Battletoads.
I'm ready for cloud gaming right now. Let's do
Mm.
it. When's the release date? When does it release?
Only with Game Pass still? No, that's not a release date.
Holiday.
That's a release window.
And the Xbox Series consoles.
Release of the free optimized update for Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice.
Why would it need to come out on the Series consoles?
With beautiful and rich visuals, thanks to the addition of ray tracing and improved materials, alongside performance updates, this is the perfect opportunity to relive Senua's
much
journey
more locked
or
4K 60
experience it for the first time.
People.
And if you
120
haven't
looks
played
good,
this, do yourself a
ray
favor,
tracing's there if you want
grab
to
a pair of
screenshot.
headphones, and immerse yourself into this world.
Agreed. Speaking of unique experiences on Game Pass, the Xbox Plays team will be taking a look at
probably
Xbox titles over the next few days, including 12 Minutes and The Big Con.
They're also talking with developers from Halo, the Master Chief Collection, Forza Horizon 5, and Destiny 2. So join the live Q&A to get your burning questions answered.
They got like 30 people watching
all of those streams on twitch.tv/Xbox.
Speaking of Forza Horizon 5, don't forget our friends at Playground Games will give us an extended look at their monument to motoring in Mexico later on.
That includes never-before-seen areas of the game map, plus cars that have never been in the Forza franchise before. I've loved everything I've seen of Forza Horizon 5 so far, and I can't wait. Now, Kate, there's more games to check out, right?
Well, right you are, Paris. Let's talk Wasteland 3. Their newest DLC introduces us to a new cult.
Next-gen patch.
The cult
God damn
of
it.
the Holy Detonation.
It still runs like absolute shit on Series consoles.
Really?
It does boost mode for 1080 60, but otherwise it's 4K 30 and feels like crap.
Changed. Devolved into the mutations you see before you. Set on a righteous path. The Holy Detonation's life-giving glow should be shared with everyone.
I'm looking forward to when cloud streaming is for things you own too, and not just Game Pass. That'll be nice. So that's in the plans.
May the light of the Holy
I mean, that's remote play right now. Kind of.
Join us.
But yeah, you're right, bits and pieces. It's 3 a.m. I didn't even think. Start streaming instantly and then it catches up.
Yeah, that's the reason for the new
With new
current
patches,
consoles.
bug fixes, and added features like fine wine, Wasteland 3 just gets better with age. To really savor the game's bouquet, we're talking with In Exile game director David Rogers. David, thank you for joining us.
I'm super stoked to be here. Thanks.
So in the trailer, we saw that the DLC is coming out on October 5th.
I wonder if all the really
Wasteland 3, you guys have been working on
juicy stuff is going to be on opening night live.
Yeah,
be
our
surprised.
dev team has
They
been
like
working
giving Jeff good
nonstop
stuff.
full tilt, trying to make
This
Wasteland
is,
3 the best version of itself it could
more
be.
of the
Over
extended
past year since
showcase
its release,
level of
we've
stuff.
added
Still
features,
good,
we've
but
balanced,
not
we've listened
the-
to the community, we fixed
Oh,
bugs,
shit
added stability,
moments.
and I really think that the version that we have now is the absolute best version of the game, and if you've never played it before, now's an awesome time to jump in.
Well, congratulations on everything that you've been doing with Wasteland 3. Now, this DLC is called The Cult of the Holy Detonation. Now, talk about that a little bit. Tell me what's going to go into this DLC. What should we be excited about?
Right. So you've heard of Cheyenne Mountain, right?
Yes.
For those who haven't, Cheyenne Mountain is this top secret military complex buried deep in the heart of Cheyenne Mountain in the middle of Colorado. It's designed to outlast a nuclear winter. And so when you hit level 16, an old friend calls you and says, hey, I need your help securing this secret military base and all the secrets within. And as soon as you get there, you find two warring cults battling over supremacy, trying to take control of the Holy Detonation, which is this pre-war science experiment that they worship
This
as
isn't a game that
god.
shows great,
And
but it's very fun to
these
play.
cultists are insane. They're
Mm.
mutated.
Is it turn-based?
They're totally mad. And all they want to do
Is it
share the
turn-based?
holy radiation with you
Yes,
and your entire
in like
ranger
initiative.
team.
So
How
if you
generous.
get
That
the
sounds
jump
a
on
lot
someone,
cooler
then
than
your
some
whole
of the
team
cults
gets to
I
go
may have
and
joined
it's-
in the past. But
okay.
So it's focused on like
this
where
is
you're coming
typical
from.
Wasteland fashion. We're really going to be able to get in
a
there
lot
and
of
mix it up, right?
tactics to
Right,
it.
right. So you and your ranger team insert yourself right smack dab in the middle of their
Yeah, and
holy
the graphics
war,
are
which, you know,
okay.
what could go wrong?
Yeah.
And this
Way
is a
better than they
Wasteland
were
game, so
before
you
they
decide
got
everything.
acquired.
Choice and consequence is our bread and butter. And so you decide who lives, who dies, who gets screwed over, who takes charge. You're deciding the fate of the cults, the Holy Detonation, Cheyenne Mountain, and ultimately all of Colorado. This is really your game to craft and mold.
That's awesome. So the last
John is having
expansion
to
was the
watch
Battle
the
of
kids after his
Steeltown,
wife
right?
called into
You
work,
had
so
giant
real
robots
busy
and things like
being
that.
dad
So,
time.
you know, what are you going to do to actually top something like that from the last expansion?
Right. So we wanted like returning players to find something that they
Just
could
got an
never
interesting
find
DM.
in another version or like in previous versions of Wasteland 3.
Which I'm
And
asking
so
if I can
we
mention.
built this as a Wasteland-style dungeon crawl, and in there you find this awesome mix of mystery, exploration. You're meeting these crazy cultists who have been locked in this like pre-war time capsule, and some of the raddest boss battles we have ever been able to build in a Wasteland
Zach is
game.
right. Or
That's
Satch.
awesome. I want to get
Wasteland
back
3
to
is
the crazy
fantastic.
cultists, but talk to
I
me about
absolutely
these
loved
big
it.
boss battles. I want to hear more about that.
Right. So we took the best parts of Wasteland combat and we breathed
got a
more
glowing
life
light.
into it with
I'm normally
objective-based
asleep
combat, which are
for a lot of
basically
these
super rad
DMs.
boss battles. It's no longer you're like huddling in a corner, throwing down turrets, just going on murderous rampages. It's not about killing, it's about getting the job done. And so now combat doesn't end until the mission is over. We send you on proper combat missions. You're in there breaking into prisons, rescuing POWs. You're disrupting these high-tech cultist rituals. You are splitting your fire team and coordinating like you never have had to before. Like everyone on your team has a job, and I really think this is going to take old players who know their Ranger team like the back of their hands, and it's going to make them scratch their head and really have to rethink how they go about combat and making it new, exciting, and challenging in a like mentally in a way we haven't been able to really do before with just straight up murder combat.
Now, Wasteland has a reputation for getting a little silly.
Right.
What are some of the weird characters we can expect in some of the story encounters we'll see in the game?
Yeah, with this,
It didn't,
with Cult of
so
the Holy
it's
Detonation,
been
we
very
really got to
disappointing
cut
that it
our
hasn't
devs
gotten,
loose and just let them be creative
Okay.
and fun and silly. Like Exiles.
Maybe I have a
Lotus
rumor mill
Red
for the
Die
podcast.
is if we're like brainstorming and something makes us laugh, we just put it in the game. That's just how we do it, and we pick up the pieces afterwards because we want to make something that entertains us, and then we know if we're having fun, our fans are going to have fun along with us. And so we got to explore, like really letting you get deep into this like weird radiation cult and let you interact with them and talk with them.
They did an
tell
FPS
stories and,
boost
like,
on
maybe
it.
even join them.
And that was
like,
it.
for
They
instance,
didn't
one of the
friggin'
characters you meet, one of the first cultists you meet, is this slathering beast. He's got like claws.
They didn't
and
actually
fangs
give it
and
a
spikes
full
jutting
patch
out.
for the new
He's
systems.
drooling, but he's like the nicest guy in Cheyenne Mountain. Like you meet him and he's like, "Hey guys, you should like come in here and like soak up some of these rads. It'll be great." And he Sherpas you in and lets you meet the whole cult. And another one of my favorites is the Proteus. He's what you get
That's a good game.
if you took like 20 cultists and you like melted them into a big pile, kind of like I would do this with like a magnifying glass. I would like melt like army guys and like GI Joes into a big pile, and he's
certainly
wet
contracted.
and sloppy and gross, and he's hard to understand, and he needs a translator supposedly. But he's like your #1 fan, and getting to build like this totally out there.
Yeah, I'd say that's where it's. I'd say that's where it's heading, Jason.
A ton of fun to like explore. Like
I'd say it's heading towards
and
Paris.
He's an absolute blast.
You know.
Hell, even some of the
yes, Matthew, it is.
They're devolved cultists. Like there's one guy and he kind of devolved into this like vomiting bagpipe creature, and he has this real like kill me.
Yeah, I mean that's a lot of the arcane games. Even Deathloop
but
is trending bad.
These fun body horror
Like
themes
freaking
that let us
Ratchet & Clank was
jackknife
$1 million,
between sort of like
Eternal's
dark and
500,000, and
serious
Deathloop's
and like
doing
goofy
way
and
worse
funny, which is a
social media
line that
metrics, so I hope
Wasteland
it sells.
really loves to ride. Like, you know, a lot of really important stuff is at stake, but you know, the Wasteland's a pretty bizarre place.
Yeah, Taskbar popped up.
Now,
no, it's not. It's not acquisition season. It's nothing huge or major, but it's something. I think people will care.
What would you suggest for new players wanting to get into this?
And like
Put
I
it
said
on
at the
easy
top,
mode.
Like Wasteland is like the best version of itself right now because of all the work we put into it.
I did ask if I could mention it
so you can get
now,
the
and I
whole
can't.
thing with the
I'm not
Colorado
allowed.
collection.
It's
That's
something
the base
related to
game
video
plus,
games.
Cult of the Holy
That's your tease.
Detonation and Battle of Steeltown, all for a discount. Or if you have Game Pass, you already have Wasteland 3. Just download it and play it, and then you can get both expansions with the expansion pass.
That is awesome. Now, to kind of recap,
I feel like maybe I should have
you know,
taken the day off and woken up for opening night live.
And the cults and the boss battles and all these
I'll be
really
doing
cool
it.
things that are going to be in Wasteland 3. But please remind everyone before we get out of here, when can you pick up?
I can't do this 2 days in a row.
Passion, it comes out on October 5th.
I can't.
We're really stoked.
That is
I
awesome.
can't.
So this is the Cult of the Holy Detonation coming October 5th.
This definitely has more of
Thank you so
the
much for joining us.
post-show feel, yet it went first.
In the 3 years since its launch, Sea of Thieves has played host to some incredible
John's ears are
crossovers,
perking up. He's hoping this
including
one's good.
Sea of Thieves.
inspired by games
See
like
yous.
Battletoads, State of Decay, Halo, and more. Today, we're excited to announce a brand new special event that will award players an all-new ship as a part of the latest wild crossover heading to Sea of Thieves. Better yet, this event begins tomorrow. So get ready to make some
Rocket
mayhem,
Rocket
and
League
let's get
X Sea of
our first
Thieves.
look at this very special ship.
Ooh, then I'm interested.
Half-Life.
Borderlands?
Oh, Borderlands. Yeah, I thought that was a Lambda for some reason.
Borderlands crossover.
That's weird. Oh.
Okay.
Claptrap as a barrel. Masthead. Sure.
Interesting.
Shooting target.
Borderlands is a
really
Take-Two IP, right?
Embracer.
We were thinking, what's the best
Yeah,
way
right.
to kind of celebrate?
They buy the whole thing?
Is it Embrace?
Embracer bought
and so we're really
Gearbox.
Oh, Gearbox. That's right. It used to be 2K.
Really cool.
They published it for 3.
Yeah.
And Randy said they didn't make any money even selling 10 billion copies.
So it's been really cool to work with the Borderlands team to bring this ship
Yeah,
to
so
life.
they have the publishing
We're
on
giving all of
3.
our players the chance
But
to earn
moving
as
forward,
part
who
of this
knows?
live event that we've cunningly titled Mayhem. You might notice the link.
Oh, 2K does still publish it. Well, there you go.
Well, they published 3. If there's a new one, we'll have to see if
she'll be able to fill you in on
Embracer
the
does it.
details of what you need to go do to earn the ship set. So we hope everybody gets a chance to take part in this awesome time-limited event. So it starts today, and it runs through to
I don't
September
even
the
say
7th.
chance.
So that's the time
I say
you've got
chance.
to get your hands on the Mayhem ship set. And I think that's it from me. So as always, I will see you on the seas.
Sea of Thieves would be a very fun game to have, like, dev admin mode running on and just make a bunch of crazy shit happen. If you wanted to do that with the barrels, it would take you 10 hours to find that many.
Hope. It's always been a
Oh, State of Decay 2.
Oh, State of Decay.
It's a phenomenal game. It's got a ridiculous community, too.
Second job simulator.
You can turn that down. They heard you. You barely have to scrounge for supplies if you don't want to.
It builds new bonds.
Oh, wasn't that like? I remember playing it, and I'm like, oh, you got to do something with the water, and then you got to do this with the heating, and then you got to do the. And I'm like, oh man, I can't be bothered. Like, don't worry about it.
They've made it so you can really customize it so you don't have to worry about the things you don't want to worry about. But the permadeath, my wife lost one person she had been playing with for 25 hours, and she just was like, I'm out. I can't do it anymore.
Oh, the permadeath thing doesn't particularly
permadeath.
bother me.
It's just like, it was so stressful. Because you know if they die, they're gone.
Yeah. Again, because Zombie U had it. The roguelike permadeath thing. Didn't really bother me there.
State of Decay 2 at launch was okay. State of Decay 2 now is very good.
Welcome back.
I assume 3 will be great.
Yep. Especially with their ambitions seem to be quite high.
No walking simulators for me.
And we have a guest to walk us through this Undead update. Please join me in welcoming Undead Labs Director of Communications, Wanda Russell. Hello, Wanda. How are you?
Hello, I'm great. It's great to be here. Talk about the Homecoming update releasing on September 1st. We are very excited to get this into players' hands.
Yeah, if you were up for tomorrow instead of this, Nick, you get to see more Death Stranding coverage.
Are coming back to Trumbull Valley. We were there for Heartland, the update back in 2019. Talk to me about the differences, and I'll sit right here and listen.
Get your package delivery simulator on.
So Heartland is the story mode within the game, but it's a very linear, narrative-driven experience.
Get your world-saving hug
players
on.
couldn't move their communities there. So that's all changed with the Trumbull Valley map. It is the
So apparently Jeff Keighley might be proving me wrong.
fully remastered, and it expands
Oh.
to 2 territories that were
Oh, something
he's
someone.
talking about the Game of the Year stuff.
players can return
Yeah, apparently Ratchet and Returnal might not be in the running. I'm like,
and
Yeah,
really
he
start
said it's
Color
it's
me
just
surprised.
been
the new map
what
has
was
to
it? Death's
offer.
Door,
So then
Psychonauts
it would
2, and what
hopefully
else
be a
that he
sequel
said?
then to Heartland.
Yeah, exactly right.
Um,
So
Someone in
the
chat say it.
events in Heartland
yeah, I can't remember,
see what
Oh,
but I was
abandoned.
actually
Trumbull
quite
Valley. So we
surprised.
think of it as the third part of our Trumbull saga that began with the original State of Decay game,
Abandoned.
continued into Heartland, and now we see what has happened since then and what storylines might be
grift
coming
simulator.
to a close. So there is a
I give that
lot
guy
of
credit.
features to discover.
He's
He knew what he
really
was
good at it.
doing.
Environmental storytelling
Like what,
to
6,
find.
5,
Knew what
6
he was
years
doing.
ago?
And you know, things have changed.
He's
So
like,
this isn't the Trumbull Valley.
how do I
that
bring
players
attention
might
to my
remember.
game?
So that's going to be exciting.
I'll make it a
Well, an unintended
PlayStation
expansion
exclusive
like Trumbull Valley, you just have to have a juggernaut
because
of
they're
content,
automatically the
unintended.
best.
Talk to me a little bit about what some of those things
You
are.
just
the
buy some
players
nice
can get
looking
in on here
assets
now
on
in
the.
expanded Trumbull Valley.
Yes, a ton of new content. In fact, we're doing something unique.
I
with the
prefer
Trumbull
them to
Valley
show up
map.
like this
There
on
are
DHX.
items
There's
there
been
that you
nothing
can
wrong with
only
this show,
find
and
on
they'll
that
have
map
more
and
stuff
nowhere
tomorrow
else
too.
in the game, including 12 new hats and outfits, 10 new very cool weapons. We've got 6 new bases, 2 new achievements for achievement
what was that other
hunters.
game Jeff mentioned?
And on top of that, we are adding the game's 12th bounty pack. So that will be available from the bounty broker.
And like these things aren't going to be for everyone. These types of things, but the State of Decay, like online, their presence, our review for them is like 25,000 views. It just keeps getting views.
Don't
There's
care
so many people into the game.
Run of the day. That works out great. Well, let's talk about the State of Decay community because it's absolutely an integral part to this entire franchise. And State of Decay being on Xbox Game Pass, how has that impacted the community? How has that impacted the game? Talk to me about those.
It's been fantastic.
I cannot remember the third game.
We
God
love
damn
them
it.
so much. In
Yeah,
fact,
neither can
one
I.
of the reasons we're doing Trumbull Valley as a map is because it was one of the most requested features from the community, which also makes it very exciting for us to be able to say, we did it, you get it. And we have a major milestone that we're celebrating. State of Decay 2 has 10 million lifetime players.
Jeez.
10 million lifetime.
That's all.
Hang your hat on that.
Yeah,
I
Carlos,
absolutely
that's
love
what I had said ages
Incredible,
ago.
amazing news.
I could see an Xbox game getting nominated for Game of the Year, but
Well, speaking of Xbox Game
don't
Pass,
see it
let's get
winning.
into
But
the
again,
one more time when it
happy to
comes
be
the
proven
update.
wrong.
So the update
Happy to be proven wrong.
Last year, man.
Free update for all State of Decay 2 owners, and it's included with Xbox Game Pass. Happy homecoming.
I love it. Thank you, Wonder, very much.
They've had fine content, Torn Raptor. That was the problem with Inside Xbox. Also, there's not bad banter
Location trades
between
zombies
hosts.
for
That
ancient
was
warrior clans, forgotten temples of long dead god kings, and a healthy dose of hack and slash. All this awaits in Strayblade.
never heard of it. 505.
505.
Huh. Well, that seems Souls-like. Nope. That was very Sekiro-like. Oh, it's a looter. Shit, we got our Godfall. What the hell's that little thing?
Interesting.
I like those types of games.
In Strayblade,
That's cool.
discover the mystical lost valley of Akria, a world which ranges from overgrown temple ruins to frozen caves and winding canyons. A game world that changes based on your victories and plenty of dudes to stab in blade-to-blade combat. If that weren't enough, you even get a fuzzy little pal to help you out. Between the epic fights and this small guy, there's clearly a lot going on here. So let's hear more from Point Blank Games about Strayblade.
Hello everybody, I'm Leonard Kausch, Game Director at Point Blank Games, and today I will show you Strayblade.
I'm in. Show me.
Strayblade is an action RPG where you play a rogue adventurer who is exploring the ancient valley of Akria with his companion, a witty wolf named Boji. Unveil the history of the forgotten valley, muster the powers of the 3 Akrian members to restore balance to this war-torn land.
That is the how, as well as the why.
Combat and exploration are the 2 key elements of our game. Let's dive into the combat first. Our combat system merges strategic anticipation of enemy attacks with split-second blade-to-blade reactions. It is the high noon of skill-based melee weapon combat. To achieve that, we put our hearts into creating fluid, well-readable animations and epic cinematic finishers. You can choose from multiple weapon categories that can be combined to fit your playstyle. Now, let's take a look at the exploration. Akria's colorful world ranges from overgrown city ruins, frozen caves, and winding canyons. Together with your companion, explore the deepest corners of an ever-changing world bristling with adventure. Every discovery holds treasure.
Me too,
Find rare
Mort.
materials, recipes, weapons, lore pieces, and beautiful places. Change is part of your journey, where every victory impacts the world around you. When you die, time keeps moving forward. Enemies killed stay dead. New foes invade camps that you weakened. And when Boji revives you, only one thing is certain. The change you brought shapes what now awaits you. And of course, get ready for epic boss fights.
Loki.
We hope you enjoyed the first look at Stray Blade, which will be out next year. And keep an eye on our social media channels for more information.
I need a lozenge. Oh,
Next
yeah, console. This is rumored for console.
Games finally comes to Xbox.
Yeah, unique. As in, my evil twin murdered 4 of my husbands because they secretly are in love with me. Unique.
In case that didn't tip you off, we're talking about Crusader
A lot of
Kings
incest in
3,
that game.
the medieval grand strategy and role-playing game that has you trying to defend your royal
Murderous
line from
incest.
those that would conquer your kingdom, and evil twins apparently.
Yeah. It's coming to Xbox as an adaptation, not a direct port.
You know what? I made the universe for fun. That's what Microsoft wanted. They just wanted everyone to go, when's this coming to Game Pass? That's exactly what they want.
We'll all be ruling from our throne room soon enough. Check out Crusader Kings III now, coming to Xbox console.
So adaptation and not a direct port. Because yeah, that game would not work on console the way it is. Nope.
Why?
It's very computer mouse and keyboardy in the UI.
We must never
okay.
the crimes committed against us.
Like an age, you know, just a thing they really need to work on to make work on a console. But they're doing it.
And failed. He never understood that the greatest wars are won with
Petty King.
weddings, not warriors. With
Not a game for
daggers,
everyone.
not swords.
I have a funny feeling a lot of former PC exclusives will end up coming to console.
Measure success across the
Was it League of Legends or WoW? One of those two was rumored like years ago.
League is working on one. Based on the mobile version of the game, I think.
See, real
Wild
strategy
Rift.
requires cunning.
This is a great game. That was very short, cringy banter, John. That was like a line or two back and forth. It wasn't a segment of like 5 minutes of it straight. Does that have a date?
Game Pass.
Yeah, the PC's on Game Pass.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah, it was a big get.
Crusader Kings 3 is wild. You really haven't lived until you've made an 8-year-old the King of England.
Well, it's nice to have hobbies. We've all gotten into some weird stuff this past year.
Weird like diving into people's brains and exploring their mental universes projected into a psychedelic 60s wonderland kind of weird?
Exactly that kind of weird, which means I
We are
am so
hitting some
excited for
scripted
Psychonauts
moments.
to finally get a sequel. It has been so long.
There really is something special about Psychonauts, isn't it?
There really is indeed. Now, think about this. 2005, when Psychonauts originally came out,
Isn't
was a different
there.
time for gaming. Most of the biggest games that year were talking Resident Evil 4, Battlefield 2, Call
As some
of
people should
Duty
know,
2.
check out our review of Psychonauts. It was done by Clobril.
Big, beefy shooter game.
Who, thankfully, is a very good
Meanwhile,
writer.
Psychonauts had humor, whimsy, and surprisingly heartfelt moments.
He's
It
better
was
at
an
English than I am,
oasis of
which is
color
annoying
and
as shit.
humanity in an era when games were increasingly turning grimy, dark, and combative.
Not to mention having some deceptively deep character moments.
That's why the original is considered a cult
Maybe they'll make you happier
It
tomorrow
has been
there,
a long
Salem.
time coming, and it is finally here.
Salem.
Enjoy this long-awaited launch trailer for Psychonauts.
Yep, Psychonauts.
Well, this shouldn't take too long.
Launches in 6 hours. So this literally is a launch trailer.
With psychic powers, he dives into your mind.
My name is Raz, and I'm the new intern.
It does have a very good breakdown of what happened in the first game and the VR game. Yep, 6 hours, Mort.
Did you forget everything I taught you about levitation, Rasputin?
Very interested to see what Double Fine starts doing now. With Microsoft's full backing.
Yeah. I wonder if they'll try and get bigger and do multiple things or just stick with the way they've been going, but at a higher budget.
We were all new ones, in case you forgot.
I've got eyes.
Like, I liked Iron Brigade. Did you play Iron Brigade? I thought that was a good game.
Called Trenched at first, or
it's got two different names depending on the country you're in.
Yes, I like that game.
I thought that was good. I didn't play Brutal Legend though. That was them too, wasn't it?
AoE 4 on console would be cool. You have to think there's a chance.
First time the Psychonauts underestimated Maligula's power.
Leave it to me.
I can't wait to play this tomorrow. Yeah, I don't. If they're gonna do, if Xbox is gonna have other people working on older IP, it's not gonna be like Double Fine. They'll find third parties.
No.
Well, it's clear I could not be more excited for Psychonauts 2 because I gotta be honest, me and that original game, we got some beef that needs settling. If you know, you know. The meat circus level, it is infamous, it is brutal, it is difficult to say the least. It's the final level of the original game that came out, and I cannot believe I'm doing the math on this one. 16 years ago, Tim Schafer and Lizette T-Tree Montgomery. I am definitely dating myself, but you all welcome
pretty
from
sure
Double
she's the
Fine
artist got
Productions.
chased
Thank you
off
so much
of
for
Twitter
being
by
here. Tim, can
Crusader.
you believe it has been 16 years? I almost said 19 years.
Yeah.
Yeah, it feels like only yesterday, but it kind of was for Raz because the story picks up right where the first game left off. And even though it has been a lot of years, it's a game that matters a lot to us. We really love it here at Double Fine, and we know that a lot of fans, it meant a lot to them. And so we really want to be true to the spirit of the first game, which we were able to do because
He finally cut his hair and
brought back a lot of
shaved. He
the
was
same voice actors, and we also
full-on
have
Santa
a lot of
Claus
people on
with
the
long
team
hair
here
for a while.
that worked on the first game, as well as bringing on a bunch of new people like Lisette.
Thank you. It was really important for us to carry the legacy
It would be neat to
forward,
have Tim on the
especially
podcast.
cool style of wonk that is very prevalent in the first game.
Style of wonk. Just put it on a shirt. I'm in there for it. Let's roll it back a bit. Of course, this can be kind of a trippy idea if you're not familiar. Psychonauts, they still jump into people's minds, I'm assuming, like the first game, right? So if a Psychonaut sort of dove into my brain, it would be like a lot of Ted Lasso quotes and French Bulldog memes. Am I correct, Tim?
Yeah, that's what's fun about a Psychonauts game is that all the levels are different, just like every person is different based on their personality. If you could jump into someone's mind, what would it look like in there? What would be the color of the sky, and like who would the monsters be? And in Psychonauts, you get to do that because Raz has the power of astral projection. And when he goes in, he gets to fight those monsters and help people deal with their nightmares and wrestle with their inner demons. And so there's a ton of variety, and there's a lot of anything goes. We can go to any location, we can have any art style, and coming up with new levels for the second game was really fun to do.
Well, I loved it from the first game, certainly. Let's talk a little bit about how that kind of concept expresses itself in the game world. I mean, Psychonauts 2 has got it all over the place, I'm sure.
Yeah, it was really important for us to carry forward the unique brain worlds and unique levels from the first game and the unique style as well.
That's the whole game.
So we were really focused on how we could bring forward that style in wonk and also bring in new levels and enemies.
Now, of course, it wouldn't be Psychonauts without new mental demons, and I'm sure it's happening in Psychonauts 2. What does this mean? Does it mean basically is that we're finally able to slap COVID anxiety in the face?
Well, I don't know if you get to slap anxiety in your face, but you definitely get to slap some panic attacks, and COVID definitely caused a lot of those. In addition to panic attacks, some of our old enemies have also come back.
Pack attack. I was like, what you're talking about.
Favorites, and they're definitely here. And in addition to that, we also have our doubts and some new enemies. There's our lovely censor. Also, some regrets, some flying regrets. There are a ranged enemy, and they definitely are challenging. Our doubts are our slow,
Did you ever play the first one, Nick?
melee enemy. You also
I started it. I started it, but never finished it. It was okay. For what I played of it, it was
we have a
okay.
whole cast that you can battle and
Up until that last level, it holds up pretty well.
Bad mood.
including the bad mood.
Which is
It's an electric storm of feelings that you have to fight.
Now, for those who haven't played the original, available now on Xbox Game Pass, by the way, wink. Tim, why is Raz so good at rummaging through brains?
Raz is, he has some very special skills. He has two whole sets of skills, one being the acrobatic skills he learned growing up in the circus. He can balance on tightropes, jump on trampolines, swing on trapezes, and that helps him navigate and get around to all kinds of interesting places. But he also has this other side to his personality, which is that he's a powerful psychic. So he can levitate objects, he can use telekinesis and pyrokinesis.
It's surprisingly nice for a Double Fine
people
game.
might recognize from the first game.
It really does.
As, 3 new powers for the
You saw, like, after they were acquired,
together,
one of the first times they showed the game after being acquired, like, you saw a noticeable improvement in how it looked.
Just change and slow down.
Like, I freaked out.
By changing people's perception of time. And he also has the power of projection.
Pretty much everyone. Outer Worlds, Wasteland, Psychonauts 2, like all those big ones, they look a lot better now.
The world that he's in, like a companion in battle.
They were all close to release, and then they all got delayed
But
back.
let's talk about the story for a second, because as the original Psychonauts we saw,
Winter Shoulder, I've got a feeling a lot of the stuff people want to see a bit more is probably at the opening night live thing.
Completely different circus.
But then this has still got half an hour.
Yeah.
This has still got half an hour,
We
so
do. We have a lot of new characters in this game.
you can fit a lot in half an hour.
As soon as Raz arrives,
Well, they're going to have a big chunk of that be Forza, which will be more fun
to the
for many, I think.
And the interns
I do think if Halo's date is coming, it's probably tomorrow.
into the organization.
Probably.
They're right down
And that the controller, maybe a limited edition controller. Although I saw on Reddit something about a console, but I doubt there's a console. I think there was probably a plan for a console, because every Halo game has had a limited edition console with it. But given they can't even produce enough regular consoles, I don't see them. I'd love to be wrong, but I don't see them doing it.
Well, I like
They'll
that.
probably
Of
just
course,
go, yeah,
as
we'll
you
do a
might know
controller.
Already, I'm sold, but you of course
Maybe, oh, how good would it be if they did an Elite controller like they did the Gears Elite? If they do a Halo Elite too, that'd be great.
On August 25th.
I'll pre-order one and then try and find enough blood to sell to pay for it.
Lizette, Tim from Double Fine, thank you so much. And you know what?
What just happened? Nick, do you think Xbox will ever get a FromSoft exclusive?
Thank you so much. We're very excited.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I was about to say, if they're willing to put up enough money, I guess. I don't know.
If they buy Sony, then by default they'll get a FromSoft exclusive.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, here we go. Here we go.
You all waited.
This game looks so cool.
You ever played SteamWorld Dig 1 and 2?
No.
1 is good. 2 is one of the best games of the generation.
Aren't they on DS? 3DS?
Everything, pretty much.
Ah, okay.
They're really cheap too.
The gunk's eating everything here.
But they're 2D side scrollers.
This planet is literally a paradise when the gunk's gone.
Yes, cannot wait for this one, man.
Looks cool.
Can't wait for the eventual Rule 34 porn parody, The Spunk.
Vex. Oh, please, Vex.
Because the games that this developer has made have been very good.
Did we just get... We didn't get a date, did we?
Well, they might come and talk about it now.
We have talked about
Hopefully.
so many
Nope.
incredible
Damn
games
it.
today, and it's hard to pick a favorite. But let me just say, it is so cool that State of Decay 2
You
is
bastards,
expanding
what a
Trumbull
tease. Probably
Valley.
tomorrow then.
Come on. And hey, you know,
Thunderful is a
great job on that
Gamescom
Flight Sim
partner.
interview.
Oh, thank you.
So,
I mean, talking to
I
Jorgen
bet you
is
we see
always a
it tomorrow.
blast, And Flight Sim is such a special game to me because, I mean, it's literally letting me travel.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be it's a teaser for tomorrow.
I was staring
If I had to
daggers
guess,
of jealousy
Matthew.
watching you talk to Tim and Lizette over at Double Fine.
Well, I will say this. I understand,
No more banter.
but you got to play Psychonauts 2 already, so I don't even want to hear it.
That's true, but it's not the same as talking to the creators. Just trust me when I tell you, be excited for Psychonauts 2.
I will say this as well. I am excited to see even more of Psychonauts 2 on our Xbox Plays streams.
Yes, don't forget, Xbox Plays will
We'll all
recap
forget, I'm
all the
sorry.
week's news throughout the week at twitch.tv/Xbox. So
Twitch.tv/the Xbox Era. Check it
Before
out.
Kate and I let Playground Games take the wheel, let me just say that it has been our distinct pleasure to chat games and nerd out with everyone today.
Oh, it's hands down.
Oh, so that's it. It's just Forza Horizon 5 for the rest of it.
Yep.
But we're far from done here.
Oh, wow.
Too true. Now, in June, Playground Games announced that Forza Horizon 5
See,
is
Aaron did
highly
downplay it
anticipated
for a reason.
follow-up to 2018's breakout
There you
hit
go.
open-world driving game Forza
So it looks like it's going to be more opening night live then.
Because they've started teasing tomorrow
Game
in
Pass
their
for
involvement.
console,
So
PC, and cloud, and
Okay.
Fable's far off.
And if you're watching our Xbox YouTube channel, switch over to our Xbox Twitch channel to see all this new exclusive content.
And that is twitch.tv
I'm already on it.
/Xbox for the full vroom vroom experience. And
Oh, it's
if
just
you're
going
already
into their
watching on
weekly
Twitch or
show.
one of the Forza channels, stay right where you are.
Without further ado, let's dive in, starting with the new custom Forza Horizon 5 controller, which is available for pre-order today.
There's a controller.
So players can have
Here we
it
go. There's a
in-game
They
controller.
always bring
by
controllers to
November 9th,
Gamescom, man.
Standard edition of the game launches.
That looks nice.
I hope it's a good one.
I like the shape.
Here we go.
Oop.
Oh, wow.
Mm.
Oh, what?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, wow. That is unreal.
Well, I know what my wife's going to want.
Oh, that is so cool.
The slight see-through on it.
Yeah. That's awesome.
I wonder how much that one's going to be. That's very custom.
Holy crap, that's unreal. Ah, look at that.
Whoever does like the majority of the work on their controllers is earning their pay.
Man. I have to buy that. That's unreal.
Pre-order now, goddammit. Where?
Oh, what?
Pre-order for my wife.
That thing is hot.
Mike Brown and Forza Horizon art director.
Hey, her hair matches the
Doncabesa.
controller.
Hello, everybody.
Hi, everyone. Hi, Charlie.
Hey, Charlie.
Hello.
How cool is this?
That is stunning. Look at that.
Oh.
We obviously just saw a really cool video about it, and I'll be the first to say there is an amazing influence.
You know, I was gonna organize a I was gonna organize a Design Labs controller for my son, but I'm thinking I'll just get his name engraved on one of those.
Absolutely.
Absolutely love it.
And there's so much we do want to show the fans, and it's been quite difficult to decide where to start. So can you maybe tell us a bit more about the game, Mike?
Sure, yeah. So Forza Horizon 5 is bringing the Horizon Festival's unique brand of fun and freedom to beautiful and vibrant Mexico. Players are going to set out
Yeah,
across
it's tough
the
without the
largest, most
paddles.
diverse
That ends up
open
becoming
world
like
we've
Hades
ever built
controller for me.
in hundreds of the world's most beautiful and exciting cars.
Yeah, and
I
people
need
think
the
that Mexico
paddles
is just
for
a desert or a
anything
beach, but there's so
dual
much
joystick.
Yeah, I know.
isn't there?
I've set up Rocket League on those pedals now, so my turbo's underneath, my handbrake turn is underneath, and yeah.
Hidden temples, awesome, beautiful historic cities, and even a towering snow-capped volcano, the highest point we've ever had in a Horizon game.
So you've talked about how Forza Horizon 5 showcases
Halo tomorrow, I bet, Ruthwick.
Yeah, it looks like any surprises and whatever are going to be tomorrow.
They know that the Jeff stuff gets more viewers overall, I bet. So.
Yeah, yeah.
Is utilized in Forza Vista to really make
And then they'll give him more at the Game Awards, I'm sure.
You'll encounter the smallest of details as you travel throughout the world. All
I need to wait for
God, that controller.
I know, man. Everyone's going to say that controller won the
we know
show.
that Forza Horizon fans
Yeah.
Oh man, that controller was nice.
exactly is that?
I bet you the
Yeah, that's
Discord's
right.
all super
we
happy
are about to
that.
reveal the cover of Forza Horizon 5,
Oh.
featuring the incredible Mercedes AMG 1 and the 2021 Ford Bronco Badlands. Should we take a look?
Let's do it, yeah.
Give a shit. Hey, it's the old trailer with the same color. It's an unbelievably good-looking game for not being the new Forza Tech. Which Clobber will make
Yeah,
sure
it's
to say
scary.
every
Like,
time.
yeah, like this is still having to run on Xbox One.
Mm-hmm.
Horizon 6 is going to look ridiculous.
Yeah. Woo! Bunch of cars I can never own.
Mm.
Now, two very
people are always
different
hoping, you know.
Mexico. So
But
what
yeah,
I wanna know
I
is
think
why
the
the
show's
two
been
cars were
fine,
chosen
and
what players can
tomorrow
expect
they'll
when they
have
get
some
behind the
stuff.
wheel.
Yeah, so those differences are exactly why we chose them. The Mercedes-AMG 1 marks the first time a car features Formula One hybrid technology almost one-to-one from track to the street. And with the
Is it on the
2021
new?
Ford Bronco Badlands, you know,
I
that's
imagine that's
primed
not
for
done yet, so it's not
rugged
going to have like
off-roading
the
across
full
Mexico's
everything
terrain.
that
And I'm
Motorsport will
certain
have.
people can't wait to see more of what these
next
cars can
year.
do in the game, so I don't think we should keep them waiting any longer. Mike, can you tell us about what we're about to see next?
Yes, so in a few moments' time, we'll be kicking off a Forza Horizon 5 Let's Go stream, and everybody should check that out for a big deep dive into loads of new content and features from Forza Horizon 5. But before that,
Those have
we
been alright.
have 8 minutes of brand new gameplay where we're going to see both the
8
Mercedes
minutes?
AMG
Jesus
1
Christ.
and the 2021 Ford Bronco Badlands. And in typical Horizon fashion, we are going to see active volcanoes, cars jumping out of cargo
Never been
planes, and a
volcanoes
race
before.
under beautiful Mexican skies all the way to the Horizon Festival. Should we check it out?
I think we should.
Shit. We're airdropping. Where are we dropping, Nick?
Haunted Hill.
No, Tomato
I'm
Tower's still
spewing.
around?
I'm spewing. They got rid of Haunted. I love that. That was my favorite spot in Fortnite.
Oh no.
Drop it.
I'm gonna block that line from my line of sight. Damn, that looks good.
That's cool.
I gotta. This I need to see in 4K.
That's so cool.
Here we take
Oh, yeah,
control
but-
of the 2021 Ford Bronco
Hey,
Badlands
Gaz is in the
atop
chat.
the towering, snow-capped Grand
Oh, hey,
Canyon
Gaz, you
volcano.
jerk off.
It was kick. Going with low expectations like me.
That was cake.
Sure. Man, you really are high up. Holy shit. Goddamn flat England. I never had anything like this.
This is cool.
Jesus Christ, right in the desert.
There might be a little bit of traffic ahead. Watch out for that.
Yeah, it looks ridiculous.
Is this just the beginning of the game?
Wouldn't surprise me.
Yeah.
Oh, look at that. That's so cool. Flight sim.
Hey, it's a controller.
Hmm.
Yeah, this game's gonna be insanely huge. This looks so good. God. If they got console streaming ready by then, and you're on the old ones, and you can see how it looks on the new ones.
So now we see the 2020
Look at the
Ford
sandstorm.
Stingray tearing up the asphalt towards a dust storm in the Mexican farmland.
Yep. Jesus Christ. Must be fun to set shit up like that. Just go flying by someone working on that. Big pain in the ass, though. They know their spectacle, man. Holy shit.
Yeah, it looks so good.
Forza X Flight Sim. Yeah, that would be something. Probably have to swap to Google Maps for that though. Take all the street.
Oh wow, this is gonna be full on.
God, I'm gonna play so much of this friggin' game.
Oh.
Yeah, how good is Fable gonna look when it's next gen only with their friggin' skill?
Hmm.
God damn. Yeah, if you got the Dust Storm tech, make a Fury Road crossover.
Hmm.
Okay, on my mark. 5, 4.
Oop.
4 now, that's fine.
Flamingos.
This could get a little rough.
There's like 8 biomes, they said, or something. Crazy.
So Porsche,
so they did put the date of the Gunk up in December on the Xbox Wire.
Next up is the Porsche 911.
Oh, okay.
You say that in the damn thing.
Crashing through the dense jungle tree canopy.
That's an old school Porsche too.
Yeah. Yeah, the Gunk out in December. Woo. I don't know if it has a direct date. Yeah, they talk a lot about it. Jesus Christ. You think about that in the show? Yeah, talk about fucking State of Decay and shit. Yeah, Gunk is in December, and they have a pretty long article about it. Not super long.
Interesting. December.
There you go. We got a date on the Xbox Wire.
I like this song.
We've probably already been DMCA hit 55 times for it. There you go. I put the link in the chat for the Gunk.
It's funny how this just became the premier racing game in gaming, not just on Xbox, just full stop.
Yeah, I mean, you're gonna get way more people when it's more fun, essentially. And it allows them to make Forza Motorsport way more sim, which will get that crowd.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this game looks unreal. Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, so this definitely feels like the opening.
You know what I want them to do? I want them to do another Fast and Furious crossover with this. Did you play that Fast and Furious one, the Forza Horizon 2 one? That was so good. That was so good, with ludicrous narrating.
It's the best thing the Fast and Furious ever did.
It was so good. They should do another one. Especially now that they do these story-like elements. Like, I feel like that would fit with Fast and the Furious even more. And just again, nice small map, keep it to missions, let Ludacris and Tyrese narrate it, let them banter while you're racing around, and it'd be so cool. And you could do cool stunts and stuff, because a lot of that's in the game now.
Yeah.
So I feel like Horizon would fit Fast and the Furious more now than it did back then when they did it with 2. It's yeah, I hope they do that again. Yeah. I love that.
They're probably gonna support the shit out of this one for a long time, so. Because if they can just have like a live team on it as they're working on a next gen only 6, you probably get some cool stuff.
Well, maybe with this being the last Xbox One tied Horizon, maybe they'll do what they're doing with Motorsport. Maybe Horizon just becomes a platform.
Yeah.
And it just becomes Forza Horizon, and they release different maps and they do events, and
especially if they can get like BC Pack and all their compression, and they can make the game sizes way smaller and more segmented, and you don't have to have everything installed all the time. Forza Horizons. There you go. He named it.
Yeah.
Damn, that looks so good. Jesus Christ, man. All right. This is going to swap right over to their thing, so I don't have just 2 of us talking. So I'm just going to pause you. Leave it there. Oh, shit. Yeah, that was what they said it would be, pretty much. Solid. They said it wouldn't be anything new.
So it looks like, yeah, it looks like the stuff people are after is opening night live.
Yeah, it's just tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern, US.
Yeah. So that is what it is.
Yep.
They're back talking now.
Oh, they are? Shit. Are they doing the Horizon thing?
I think so, yes.
Okay. Yeah, I can put that on.
We have just wrapped the Gamescom
Yes, you have.
2021 Xbox stream and have so much more content to
They're
cover.
talking now about how they've just wrapped up the
Yep, yeah,
Gamescom
I
stuff,
back up.
and
Let's go live
yeah.
with Playground
Yeah.
Games.
I don't know if you wanted to go back to bed, because this is just their normal Forza iGo.
In case you missed it, we're going to be
Yeah.
the major Gamescom announcements.
So
from
I'll
just
lower
a few
her down a
moments
bit,
ago,
and we can
as
talk
well as
ourselves
taking
out.
a closer look at the Forza Horizon 5 limited
Yeah,
edition
so I am planning to do tomorrow's show over on our Twitch channel, twitch.tv/the XboxEra. We're working on just getting XboxEra, so everything matches nice and pretty. And that'll that one's gonna be long as shit, because Jeff always does long shows. There's a half-hour pre-show at 1:30, so I'm gonna start with it then and go through the whole thing.
You know, I'm on Twitch now, and you just see that, because you know how Twitch shows you a live counter of the viewers, and you just saw it it just like just dropped.
Yeah, but I don't know if anyone will be on with me. We'll see if anyone. You're not gonna get up and take a day off again.
Yeah, a part of me wishes I'd gotten up for tomorrow as well.
Yeah, but I promise you, for the few highs, I bet you that show on the whole will probably be as shitty as the Summer Games Fest one. Because that one was horrible all the way up till the end, and then Elden Ring hit, and everyone's like, it was the best show ever. It's like, no, it just ended really well. That actual show was
That controller, man.
Yeah.
That controller.
I wonder if it's actually up for sale yet. Because it wasn't when I looked.
That controller is... Oof.
Yeah. So yeah, I will be twitch.tv/the XboxEra. We'll do tomorrow's. I'm gonna do the whole thing, so I'm hoping it's better than Summer Game Fest was pacing wise. Oh, controller's live. Go for it, Nick. You want to go back to bed?
I love that controller.
All right. Well, I will say then, thank you everyone who watched.
Hold on. Oh, look at that. You get DLC with the controller.
Oh, neat.
Just like the Sea of Thieves controller.
I didn't see the back of it. Yeah, it does. I was like, matched. It was just
that's
great.
cool.
That was the engine. God, that thing would not last very long in Wreckfest.
Oh, so you get a bunch of DLC with the controller. Oh, good.
Yeah.
Now, I know we announced it on the Xbox show, but to confirm, when can people pre-order and get their hands on it?
I believe it might be up for pre-order now on the Microsoft Store. Yeah, if not now, then very, very soon.
Yeah, I think Justin said it's up there.
Shortly after that, but I think
Is it?
Yeah, if you want one,
Perfect.
Let's see.
I'll get it
yep,
through
there
my
is.
normal retailer.
Yeah, I will put the link in chat if you want that controller.
The very first gameplay players will see when they experience Forza Horizon 5. So
There you go.
what was that like? I imagine it's a huge deal.
That's a nice controller.
I think it's
My wife
gorgeous.
She'll probably say no. She'll want it, but she won't want to pay for it.
That thing is gorgeous.
it really, we want to make a statement and set out what Forza Horizon 5 is, what it's going to offer, what great things you're going to experience over the rest of the game, but condensed down.
All right. I think I'll talk us out. And
Okay.
Do you want to watch this?
How long? I mean, is it going for? Because they said an hour and a half. Does that include this? Like?
No, I think that. Time is it? No, it's been about 90 minutes. So I think this normally goes like an hour. There's like 30 or 60 minutes. They're
they're just gonna sort of go over it.
Yeah. All right, I'll mute them out. All right, again.
See, look at all this is all Fast and the Furious stuff. Like, they've got to do it again.
Yeah, I mean, they've got the setup for it. I'm sure they can come up with a
They've got to
story
do
set
it
in
again.
Mexico. And God, it would look nice. But yeah, we'll be back. Podcast recorded this week, right?
Yes, and I am hosting this week.
We have any guests
I'll
or anything lined up yet?
try and do a better job. I'm trying to get a guest. Like, it's weird. Like, we've got a few that are sort of have agreed to be on and stuff, but it's just a matter of
timing,
finding a time to get them on.
Yeah.
So we'll try get one on. If not, I'll rope in someone.
Yep.
I'll rope in someone. I'll do it by myself if I have to. I'll do it by myself. That's fine.
We got a big team. We'll find one at least. Oh.
Yeah. We'll find someone.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you everyone in chat. You guys were nice. I didn't have to moderate too much. We'll be back tomorrow.
Thanks.
At least
for
me
watching.
Yeah, maybe some more twitch.tv/the XboxEra for tomorrow's opening night live stuff. And we'll have the podcast up, and we get shit up all the time. But again, thank you everyone. Thank you for waking up at 3 a.m, Nick.
Yeah.
I wish it was more of the exciting stuff. That'll be tomorrow.
Yeah, I was about to say that. Yeah, I wish it had been tomorrow's, but it doesn't matter.
Yeah. All right, man. Thank you, and I will see everyone later. Bye bye.
Thanks very much. Ciao for now.